Hi everyone, thanks for logging on to My Fox Hurricane, where we are tracking the first hurricane of the season out in the eastern Pacific. Hurricane Barbara just forming this morning. Winds up to 75 miles per hour. Now remember, 74 miles per hour, that is the threshold for a hurricane, so it is just barely meeting that criteria. But regardless, looking a little bit more organized as of the last couple of hours. This area about 100 miles to the southwest of the southern coast of Mexico, and it's going to continue moving northwest at about 10 miles per hour. The good news is this is expected to rapidly weaken here over the next day and a half. And so by Wednesday morning, we are likely talking about an area of low pressure. So that is going to continue to rapidly weaken through tropical storm status through Tuesday as it moves generally through cooler waters. And you can see that continuing to kind of skirt right along the coastline there, where we will see some higher surf, some stronger winds for parts of the coastline there. But rainfall at this point looking 2 to 4 inches for some of those coastal spots. And so the good news is it's not going to be an impact storm for many areas there in the southern coast of Mexico. Right on the heels of that, though, just a couple hundred miles to the west of that, tropical storm Cosme also forming. So the eastern Pacific is getting going. We're right around the average for when we see the first named storm of the season, but certainly ahead of schedule to see the first hurricane. That typically does not form until later in the month of June. Here with this system, we have 65-mile-per-hour winds. It is also going to continue to weaken. This one taking a slightly stranger track as it kind of curves off to the north and east before tracking off to the north and west. But also by Wednesday, Thursday, that is expected to weaken below tropical storm status as well. And also just another area of potential development. Medium odds that we will see something just out of this kind of orange blob here to the southern coast of Mexico, where waters are just very warm in that area to sustain a tropical system. So there we see those water temperatures over 80 degrees, but notice the areas that these systems are moving into much cooler. And so overall environmental conditions just less favorable for those systems over the next few days. We take you on over to the Atlantic, where the Caribbean, the Gulf, temperatures here certainly warming up. We've got low to mid 80s all across the board. Remember, 80 degrees is the threshold for a tropical system to form. We're warmer than average, but we're not as warm as we were at this point heading into last hurricane season. We've got quite a bit of Saharan dust across the Atlantic basin, something we typically track at this point early in the season, and no formation is anticipated over the next 7 days. We'll take things staying quiet while we can get them, but of course we'll keep an eye on things and keep you updated right here on My Fox Hurricane.